So here is what I use for iMovie. This was just something from a while ago. So this was shot at 60 frames per second, but I can take and look through shots. So I've been working on spacing. There's been a few times that my elbow pulls in tight. So I can look at shots. There's one that I shanked, and that's what I think I'm doing is I'm lifting my legs. So what I can use is the arrow keys once I have this and kind of look through the shot. And in that case, yeah, I was working on the spacing, trying to get the elbow further out, but I can see that that's not close enough. So I'm hitting off my toe on the back foot, all kinds of wrong things, but I'm lifting the leg. So in that case, I was absolutely correct on that. In another series, I can look at swings, make sure I'm dropping the racket down. Let's see if we have anything here. Yeah, that's just for spacing. Been trying on both sides to get a little bit better extension. Again, at 60 frames per second, I can see where my contact points are for the most part. 120 would give you impact and spins and things like that. But yeah, using the arrow keys, I can go through and do that. So that one's a little low on there, but for the most part, I hit pretty decent. That one I can look at. Still tucking my arm weird. But this, I'm doing more of, sorry, updater. We don't need that. One of the things I'm trying to do is if I look between the couple different shots here is drop that. And when I'm actually moving the hand and the butt cap and trying to do that instead of the flop that I do sometimes where you'll notice the racket comes back on edge almost right there instead of the pull, and then the pull forward happens. So that causes me some issues. So I can look at those type of things. That's a better correction. That was too close. I don't really need to, yeah. This is a better movement. Racket head up. And then, yeah, still contact points a little off the bottom. Yeah, and that I can see is just dropping that racket head too much instead of flat. Yeah, see how that racket head drops a whole bunch? Yeah, and then the motion comes across. So I think in the next series I ended up just trying to correct it, but it's also a different ball that comes over. Yeah, so I can always take a look, like if this shot, we were talking about slow motion, use the command B to blade. You can see that's what splits a clip. I'm going to go up here to my timing category, go to slow, and 25 is probably as slow as you want to go to 60 frames. It's still kind of jaggedy. But what's nice about once you do the slow is you can really kind of go through. So I'm arrow, 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 arrow. So it takes about 3 hits of the arrow key to get a frame to move. That's still a low drop. I'd like to see that come through a little bit more linear. But this was a little shorter ball, so I was able to get it. And then, yeah, so you can definitely go through and do that. Sorry, phone's ringing. 10% if you were to go down is really kind of jerky, herky. But again, for frame by frame analysis, that's not bad. I can see contact points, I can see swing, I can see footwork, I can see everything that I want to see on there. 50%, like I said, is about good enough to see how things go, and it's still at 60 frames per second is fairly smooth. So yeah, I mean, yeah, like if I want to chop up clips, again, that Command B is the blade tool that splits clips and allows me to go through and chop things down. I think this is already chopped out. So yeah, so this is, anyway, let's do it on this one. So say I wanted to chop something up, I can Command B, find a couple strokes, Command B, then just delete those pieces, then find another stroke, something in here, I could Command B here and Command B here, and then just get rid of the stuff you didn't want in the beginning and then maybe at the end. So that's how I clip down really quick, and I can save the series, and I do, maybe a 5 to 10 minute series, but like even in that, like this right here is a series that I've been looking at, and it's, a couple minutes, and that's with only one slow. So anyway, I hope that helps. If you have any questions about editing, I'm always happy to throw in my experience with that.